I want to talk you through my very personal version of a Metamodern Bodhisattva vow. So in classical Buddhism, if you take the Bodhisattva vow, you take a refuge under the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. The Buddha is the enlightened one. He's the teacher. He's representing everything that you want to achieve in your life. Secondly, it's the Dharma. It's the teaching, how you reach enlightenment. And thirdly, it's the Sangha. It's the fellow practitioners. And inasmuch as I think this is still true and valuable, I think we need to be a little bit funky, juicy, crazy to amend that, to take that into the 21st and maybe also the 22nd century. So first of all, we need to integrate meditative practices and shadow work. Why? If you look at all the scandals out there from spiritual teachers, it should be blatantly obvious that you can be quote unquote enlightened and still do a lot of bullshit. Why? Because usually for sex, money, or power issues, people are misusing their position, seemingly enlightened, whatever the fuck that means, and still abusing their position. This is simply because in the traditional teachings, the shadow aspects, so therapeutical practices, don't have a space. And even more so when you think about the fact that it's also not just about yourself, right? It's like you're living in a very complex surrounding. So I think going to one extreme would mean you're really just searching for your enlightenment. On the other extreme, you would say, okay, it's really just about changing the societal infrastructure that governs the way how we live, how we earn money. I actually think they're very closely intertwined. So my very personal understanding of the Bodhisattva vow is to take my spiritual practice really serious, to also combine it with shadow work, mainly therapeutical work, and in the way that I want to change society, I become an active citizen, an active entrepreneur, or if you're employed, then really align your values with your purpose and your passion to really make a difference in these tumultuous times out there, because it's dearly needed. And maybe a tiny bit more abstract, but I find that very juicy, is you are not only taking the vow to not become enlightened until every other sentient being in the universe becomes enlightened, but you also need to expand your senses, your capacity, your consciousness to the seemingly non-sentient entities. Because if we look at Gaia, the mother organism that we're inhabiting and destroying at the moment, even the seemingly non-sentient entities, clouds, rivers, minerals, they're definitely there for a reason, right? So in a very magical, mystical sense, it's literally even going more abstract, yet more concrete when you're going to do that Bodhisattva vow, that you clean up yourself, you grow up, and ultimately then you show up in the best version of yourself. Have fun while doing so. Be disciplined, be courageous, really make a difference, create a legacy. But ultimately, it's not about you. It's about the others. It's about making a difference. It's about helping others to free themselves.